Smash those likes, baby. Here we go. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and we're back for a live stream today, 11:41 a.m. at September 24th. Let's get excited, guys. Bitcoin could potentially be bottoming out here. Is the bottom finally in? Are we going to start recovering here as the month of September ends and go into a full-on rally as October begins? Here's what we need to know, guys. So first off, let's jump right into not the charts just yet, but let's look at some historical data here, right? Real easy. Let me do a quick little refresh. Make sure this is up to date. September, up 5%. We're up another percent in September so far, which is very bullish for Bitcoin, right? If we are starting to bottom out here and we close out the month of September in the green, normally October has an average of around 21% return to the median of 21%. November has an average of 46% returns with a median of 10%. So overall, quarter four should be bullish here, right? Which is very, very important to know, because if we are bottoming out here and Bitcoin is not going to be dropping anymore, let me tell you, my friends, it is looking like altcoins are getting ready to run. I mean, look at AVAX. AVAX alone is up massively here in this last month. Where's AVAX at? Where's my boy? AVAX. AVAX, where you at, bro? Where you at? Where's AVAX at? Here, 43% up in the month, from $22 up to $35. We got some big targets up here for AVAX. If AVAX can flip $54, we're going for that $77 to potentially $147, baby. But back to Bitcoin. Biddy, good old Biddy Witty, right? Bitcoin here last night ran it all the way down to the gold pocket, filling this gold pocket that we had down here at around 110,958. We swept the previous day low along with filling this gold pocket. It was chef's kiss. It was a magnificent pump to see, or a magnificent sweep to see. I was able to quickly, this will happen during the Asia trading session, I was able to quickly notify the Crypto Citadel, right? Boom, bang, that, hey, we got a previous day low sweep long indicator happening here with our Crypto Citadel trading indicator, that the long was being printed and it was time to go long, long, long. And we did. And since we did, put up my targets and bing, bang, boom, printed over 451 smackaroons overnight by the time I woke up this morning. Now, we've gone much higher than that, right? So we swept to this previous day low. We've ran it back up here, and now we're above the previous day high, which is very, very good. Closing above this previous day high here is giving us the first day of an actual green bullish momentum. And hopefully we can close out this day above the previous day high, showing strength and recovery. Because yesterday we had a similar situation where we swept the lows, right, during the Asia trading session. And coming into the New York session, we topped out around the 113,325, which was acting as major resistance. We swept a London high, and then we tanked all the way back down to 111 throughout the rest of the day, giving up all of our gains, closing in the red once again. Since we did the same thing last night, now we're actually making momentum, flipping this resistance here of 113,300. And meanwhile, we stay above this area. Our next target to reclaim, to show even more strength for Bitcoin, is 114,400, which is the previous week low. Now, I know I just said a lot, and I'm gonna dumb it down a little bit. I'm gonna bring it back down, simplify a little bit more. But first, all I'm asking is for everybody to smash those likes. Tap those likes. If you're on TikTok, tap those likes. If you're over on Instagram, YouTube, X, wherever you're watching, if there's a like button, tap it as many possible times as you can. And make sure you're hitting that subscribe as well. Now, let me quickly take a break from this Bitcoin breakdown. And let's go take a look at the chat. Let's go say hi to some people that are always jumping in here, making sure we're not missing any questions as well. Make sure you're dropping your altcoins into the chat, and I will cover it for you. And if you guys have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer it for you as well. So far, no questions. Perfect. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Now, this gold pocket was very critical, right? Why do I say that? The reason why I say that gold pocket was very, very critical is very simple. We have been overall, let me close this off here. Where is the... Give me a second. So overall, Bitcoin, right, we bottomed out around 107 at September 1st. September 1st, 107,200, give or take, we bottomed out. And we rallied throughout September all the way up to 117,700, 118-ish. Now we have dropped, but we have dropped right into this gold pocket. The gold pocket from this low to this high is the gold pocket that we just finished tapping over the Asia trading session last night at that 110,500 area, right? That was a fantastic retracement. And if we bottom out here and we start moving back up, right, this is perfect. Why? Because yes, we still have a lower high, right? We have the high from 124. We have a lower high here at 118, but we have our low at 107. And if this is our next bottom here at 110, we have a higher low. And if we create this higher low, we will more likely than not, with what we talked about October, November being bullish, we will break this lower high in October-ish time and potentially run for the all-time high of 124. Now, there's a big game plan about, running and topping out somewhere around October, November time this year, which is something we talk about in the Crypto Citadel a lot. I have a whole chart on it, yada yada, but I can't disclose that. I can't show you guys that just yet. That is exclusive to the Crypto Citadel only. But this is very important. Very important. Awesome close up here, bottom right here so far. And if we can hold this area, man, if we close out September in the green here and we start bottoming out now and start slowly grinding. I just want a slow sideways consolidation here above 110, above 113, moving towards that 115 area by the end of September. That would be super bullish for October. Now, let's go on over to Ethereum. Oops, didn't mean to move that gold pocket. So Ethereum here, a lot of sideways chop, right? Since we came down here, actually jump out to the 1 hour here. But since we came down to these lows of $4,000 when we dropped on Monday, right? We have been consolidating sideways completely this entire week. Complete sideways chop here. Continuing to get rejected here around this weekly VWAP of $4,100, $4,200 area, which is not good for the short-term traders. But if we jump out to the daily here, right, jumping out to the daily for Ethereum is still doing very, very well overall. Now, don't get me wrong. We do have a gold pocket down at 3,900. We have the anchored VWAP, not the anchored VWAP. We have the quarterly VWAP as well at reaching 3,900. So 3,900 is a very interesting area for Ethereum for potential swing traders, and short-term traders should get into a long around that point in time if we see it and if it holds, right? Everything is based on ifs, if it holds. Now, overall, if we don't see those levels to the downside, I also wouldn't be too surprised for the simple fact that we've been holding up above this $4,000 area since we broke above it back in August 8th very well. And even though Bitcoin's been dumping like crazy, ETH is realistically just chopping sideways from August 8th to now. We've gone from 4,000 to practically 5,000 and back to 4,100, almost $4,000 again. Holding very strong support here, very strong consolidation at these levels. What does this mean? This means that if Bitcoin is bottoming out at that 111 area, 110, like we hit last night, is that if we're bottoming out here for Bitcoin, ETH is primed and ready to blast off for new all-time highs. We're only $800, $900 away from a new all-time high for Ethereum, which is nothing large. It's not a major price action move. Yes, it is if you're a trader with leverage, but from 4,100 to 4,200 to 5,000, that's not a big move in crypto, guys. That's not a big move for ETH. So a big move above 5,000 for the month of October is definitely on the cards if Bitcoin is bottoming out here. Now, somebody said Solana. I see something update on Bitcoin, Solana, bull run. I'm doing it all. I'm doing it all, guys. So I appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes and hitting that subscribe. Let's jump over to Solana now. Solana, very similar story here. Jumping out to the daily, right? We came all the way up to 247, hit all of our targets for 247 to the upside. I'm sorry, hit all of our targets to the upside for Solana, except for the all-time high, obviously. And now we've dropped from 247, hitting our untapped target up there. We've dropped back into its uptrend, right? Solana's been in a very, very nice uptrend since April. Look at this uptrend. It's been following it perfectly for the last 2 quarters, right? We're about to end quarter 3 here, and we have been following this uptrend perfectly. We hyperextended throughout the month of September, came up to 247. Now we're falling back in. Solana can realistically drop all the way down to 181, even as low as 170, 160, and still be bullish because we're still inside this uptrend. So right now Solana's sitting at 213. We are above the heart line, but we do have a target at 191 and 181. If Bitcoin for whatever reason does pull back more and has more downside, and Solana will get dragged down, I am looking for an area around 191 to 181, potentially down to 170, 160 to hold. And if it does, I will be looking for some swing trades on Solana at that point in time. I do believe Solana is going to be breaking all-time highs here as we enter October, November time, because Bitcoin, I am believing, will break all-time highs in the month of October, November. So that being said, Solana is very close, also very primed like Ethereum, very near its previous all-time high to make a new all-time high if we have a major rally for Bitcoin. Pata, what's going on, man? Levithian salutes you. How are you, man? I'm good, man. I'm good. Good to see you. If we get another rate cut, do you think we gonna have a run? There's a very big possibility. They've been talking about it already. Rumors of another rate cut in October. That would be wild. That would be very, very wild. But hey, it definitely can't hurt, right? It definitely can't dump the markets more than what it's already been doing. So I definitely think this still plays out. This chart here, quarter 4 being bullish, closing out September in the green would be fantastic. And we still have an average of 10 to 20%, right? 20% returns in October. Another 10% to an average of 46% in November. I do think that if we continue to get rate cuts, we will continue to potentially have a rally here. Levithian, you should go back into the Crypto Citadel. There's some exclusive charts that I'm keeping in there for the potential end of this bull market that I've only discussed in there. And I know you're a member, but I know you've been missing out on some of the live streams. But yeah, definitely jump in there because there are some Bitcoin charts that you definitely want to keep an eye on, which is going to tell us where we're going. And right now, bottoming out at that gold pocket for Bitcoin down at 110, 111 area was definitely a key move for Bitcoin. Where is it? Yeah, right here. This gold pocket right here was a very instrumental moment for Bitcoin. And if we can hold above this gold pocket and continue rallying, we will be doing very, very well for Bitcoin here in the next couple of weeks. Let's jump back here into the chat, see what's going on. Good morning, everybody. Appreciate all you guys smashing those likes. Bro, you think alts will start looking good in Q4? Guys, alts have been looking good overall. People continue to wait for this altcoin season. We have been experiencing altcoin season already, right? Alts have been running very, very well. Now, are all the altcoins going to make new all-time highs? No. Are all the altcoins going to perform well? No. The days of that are gone, right? Those days are over. It's not 2021 anymore where rising tides push all boats or whatever the saying is, right? That's really not a thing anymore. Not all altcoins are going to make all-time highs. There's a lot of different altcoins now, a lot of different cryptos. Institutions are now here and they're hand picking which ones they really are interested in and which ones they're not. So that changes the game. But yes, I do believe Bitcoin is headed for a new all-time high in Q4, which I do believe will lead to Ethereum making a new all-time high, which I do believe will lead to altcoins making a new all-time high, but not all of them. Only certain altcoins will make all-time highs. Other altcoins will have rallies, but they just won't make all-time highs. Let's do ADA. All right, let's go take a look at Cardano. All right. So Cardano here. Cardano currently sitting right at this fib retracement of the gold pocket of 79 cents. We hit that last night. We've been having a nice little bounce here, trying to stay above this yearly VWAP, this orange line, the yearly VWAP. Very, very important that Cardano stays above it. If not, Cardano will be in trouble. Big targets to the downside are between 73 to 70 cents for Cardano. So that being said, we definitely don't want to lose this yearly VWAP of 80 cents. We want to stay above 80 cents. If we do, we still have big targets to the upside between 97 to $1.11. Above that, we got $1.20 to about $1.78 to $2.15 max, kind of give or take, for Cardano to the upside. Now, obviously, Cardano's been rumored to be in strategic reserves and be in these institutional ETF possibilities. That could be a big catalyst for Cardano to really have a big move to the upside. Bitcoin right now coming down and coming down and sweeping this previous day high, holding above it, closing back above it, closing back above this monthly VWAP. We still got a minute 47, but looking very strong here to be holding this area. You want to stay above the previous day high as much as possible. The previous day high is currently at 113,333. Where you want to stay above here as long as possible, consolidate and build support above this area for Bitcoin to continue moving up higher. Hypothetically, what would a popcat go to in this rally? I don't know, man. I don't follow meme coins like that. If that's what you're betting on, I have no idea, brother. I don't know how to help you on that. Popcats down 75% on the year. Market cap 222 million, down 14% this week, 15% on the month. Yeah, man. Don't really know. It's unpredictable where those things could be going. Let's see here. What's going on, everybody? Let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Make sure you guys are smashing those likes. Sui, AVAX, AERO. Okay, Nicole, let's go look at some of those. So Sui, very nice. Sui here doing very well. Sui, where are you? Here we go. So overall, Sui on the daily here. Oops. Still holding up above its yearly VWAP. Like I said, we could come down all the way to 292 and still hold. I really prefer not to see 292. Staying above this yearly VWAP and this lower band of this uptrend around 318 is fantastic. So, targets to the upside are very simple. We need to continue making bigger moves to the upside. We're on the lower side of this uptrend, right? Seeing a recovery for Bitcoin and Ethereum at these levels could lead Sui back to the upside. Our big main target to the upside continues to remain the same, $4.81 to the upside is our next big target. Above that is pretty much all-time highs at around 538 for Sui. So right now we're consolidating here on the lower part of this uptrend. But if this uptrend continues to hold, if Bitcoin recovers, Bitcoin dominance drops, and October is as bullish as I think it can be, then yes, I definitely see 481 to new all-time highs for SUI in the month of October, November. Now going on over to AVAX. AVAX has been making some big moves. AVAX has finally been breaking out, right? Finally had that big push to break above this $26 area, which was massive resistance since back in May. We finally flipped above that quarterly average. We've gone all the way up to about as high as $36. We came back, retested the $29 area, which lined up with our monthly VWAP, bounced off of that perfectly on Monday. As everything was dumping, AVAX was holding up strong and moving up higher. Now, targets to the upside remain $36.92 to $41 here in the short term are the next big targets. Now, after that, after $41, if we continue rallying here into October, $51 to $54 is the next big key region. If we flip $54, we do have a local high here, right? Let me turn on my magnet. We do have a local high, 24 all-time high. All right. It's not the all-time high, but it's the all-time high for 2024, right? This $51 to $65 area is very critical. Getting above 54 allows us to run for the high of 2024, which is 65 bucks. If we can flip $65, we have big targets between 71 to as high as $147, which is the all-time high from 2021. AVAX is rumored to be put on some large ETFs and some large-scale, institutional demand for it. So there could be some big announcements between now and the end of the year, which could fuel this rocket ship to go as high as 147 or higher. But it's only possible if AVAX starts to break above 51 to 54, holding that area, and then let's see how we react when we get to the 2024 all-time high of $65 for AVAX. Let's go take a look at Aerodrome. So Aerodrome here also in a very nice uptrend like Solana since Q2, right? Since April, just been following this uptrend very nicely. We have come down. We are below the quarterly VWAP. The quarterly VWAP is resetting here at the end of September. We're getting a quarterly and a monthly close. So big data coming out for the Crypto Citadel to be posted. Keep an eye out for that if you're in the Crypto Citadel. Now, we've been hitting this lower band of this uptrend around $1.03. We need to stay above this area. We want to stay above this red block, right, which I should flip into green now. Flip it into green, so it should be support now. We have been bouncing off of it as support. All right, flipping this resistance to support is very critical. If we lose it, right, yearly VWAP is down at 87 cents. Not something we want to see. Assuming we hold this support here, targets to the upside remain 164 to 168 for Aerodrome. Above that, we have the all-time high of 237. 168 to 164 is where I'm planning on taking a chunk of profits for Aerodrome, and then I'm letting the rest ride for all-time highs and higher. Meanwhile, we stay in this uptrend. Not concerned. We start dropping below $1 to 96 or lower, then I could definitely be getting concerned for Aerodrome in the short term. But assuming October is going to be bullish, I've been holding up. Aerodrome's been holding up pretty well with all the Bitcoin pullbacks that we've been seeing lately. So far, so good. Let's continue moving on here. Somebody said, how high could Pengu realistically reach? Guys, nobody knows. It's a meme coin. Now, I wouldn't get overly excited about Pengu when it comes to making these crazy all-time highs, because I'm assuming here that question stems from a lot of theory of, if I buy out a penny, it's going to go to $1. It's going to make me a millionaire, right? A lot of people ask those type of questions. Maybe you're not asking that question from that point of view, but a lot of people do. So realistically here, right, targets, potential short-term targets, Pengu has been holding up very well in this uptrend that it's been in, right? It's been holding up above 3 cents very, very well. I thought it would be retesting at least a yearly VWAP to gold pocket down here around 2 cents. It has not. It has been holding up very well around 3 cents. If we continue to hold here, targets to the upside are 0.42, right? 4 cents to about 5 cents are some big targets to the upside, getting above the January high. We do have a major wick all the way up here where it kind of launched that supposedly back on December 17th, which is around 7 cents. That's going to be the next big target. If we flip the January high is at basically 4.5 cents. We do have a gold pocket extension up at 5 cents. If we can break through those areas, 7 cents would be the next target to the upside. But, you know, these price predictions of where could a meme coin like Pengu realistically go, nobody knows, man. But if you're planning on getting rich off of it, most likely it's not gonna hit the target you think it is to make you rich. Is there any alt season? There will be alt seasons, guys. Alt seasons have been happening. I really hope that this altcoin season stuff, this is the last cycle that we have to talk about it, because man, it's such a exhausting question to hear, because every 5 minutes, every day, altcoin season, guys, the game is changing. You need to be able to adjust yourself, adjust your strategies along with it. Understand that if you are buying into altcoins and your altcoins are not within the institutional realm of either potentially getting an ETF or already in an ETF, your altcoin is at very high risk of going to zero. When it pumps and when you get these altcoin rallies, altcoin seasons, take profits. Don't wait until you get rich, right? Oh, if it hits $1, if it hits $5, if it hits $100, I'm going to be a millionaire. Take profits along the way. If you do not take profits along the way during altcoin seasons, right? We rallied throughout throughout August. We rallied throughout July. We rallied from April all the way through May. We were down 80-90% on altcoins at the end of March of Q1. And you still haven't taken any profits? That's how you get wrecked. So yeah, be very, very careful. VeChain, let's go take a look at VeChain. VeChain's been moving slower than on a live turtle. I don't know what to tell you. So VeChain's been overall in a downtrend, right? It's been staying in a downtrend for many months now. VeChain really needs to have a big move to the upside, and it can. Its first big target to the upside is going to be somewhere around 0.28 to about 3 cents, which is the yearly VWAP. If we can flip 3 cents, right, then we got some bigger targets between 4 to as high as about 6 cents to the upside for VeChain. Some big targets. But if not, 3 cents could be a big top here as we have continued to make lower highs, even throughout these, you know, big rallies that we've had. VeChain just has not been one of the ones to rally, and it just is what it is. It's going to be one of the ones that will not make a new all-time high. Now, you could catch this pump, you could catch these rallies, but you're not going to make a new all-time high. You're not going to get rich off VeChain. So those are the targets right now for VeChain. Let's jump back into the chat here. Fred says, no altcoin season, no parabolic blow off top. Rectober will be legendary. I hope you're wrong, bro. I hope you're wrong. I do think there's going to be one more blow off top. It's just probably not going to be as high as people expect it to be. I think Bitcoin will make another all-time high. It's just not going to be that 200 plus K area that probably most people are going to be looking at for the end of the year. They're going to be looking at 150 plus. And if we do approach those, 140 to 150 area, people are going to be like, all right, here comes 200. And everybody's going to be left holding the bag. And that's when people are going to get wrecked. But I do believe Bitcoin's going to break that 125 area here before the end of the year. Yuri says, I really like the Advantis looks. What do you think? The way Advantis looks. I don't know anything about Advantis. That's been one that, probably not even pronouncing that right. That's a new one here that showed up recently. A lot of people asking about it, up 106% on the week. So not a lot of data to look at, but I'll take a quick look at the chart here. It's only been out for like a week or so. So definitely not a lot of data. But let's jump out here. Let's jump down to the 1 hour. Let's turn on some indicators here. So right now, we're above the yearly VWAP, which doesn't really mean too much since this thing just launched a few days ago. We are below the weekly VWAP though. We have resistance, obviously previous day high to week open between 226 to 236. Previous week high is 247. We need to flip that area to continue moving higher. If we get rejected off that area, we could be creating a little bit of a double top and dropping lower. Support to the downside, previous day low, about 174. Right now, this thing just pretty much consolidating. People that believe in patterns, you could probably say that there's a bullish pennant here being built here, right? Making higher lows overall. So not a lot to go off of for this thing. Don't really know anything about this project. Aster is another one that just launched that a lot of people ask about as well. Bitcoin here dropping below the previous day high. Not great. Previous day high sweep, short, boom, short indicator printing signals again. Solana's cooked? I don't think so. Beba, what's going on? Can you take a look at Doge, please? Yeah, let's go take a look at Doge. Those indicators, Yuri, are my private indicators that I created myself. Everybody in the Crypto Citadel has access to them. They have signals, they have support and resistance identifications. But yes, I created those indicators on my own. They're based off my own trading strategy. So Dogecoin here, I need to update this regression trend, this uptrend, see where we are. But overall, holding above the yearly and quarterly VWAP here around 24 cents. Very critical to continue holding this area. We want to continue moving up higher. We got rejected at this 382 around 28 cents twice and now have pulled back. But if Bitcoin is going to recover and have another big move to the upside, my targets for Dogecoin remain the same. We have a gold pocket here at 36 cents. We have a fib retracement, a fib extension all the way up to 39 cents. We have a monthly MPLC, monthly average that is on top of 35. So between 32 to 39, major profit taking for me personally. And then above, if we continue to move past that and make a move for 2021 legacy targets, 52 cents would be the next big target. But realistically, I'm planning on taking big profits between 32 to 39 cents for good old Dogecoin. That's my exit strategy. Camo says, what do you think about entry price for Avant USDT? Like I said, very new crypto, not a lot of data on the chart here at all. Previous day low yesterday around 174, right, was probably your better entry at this point in time. Right now, we are being rejected by this weekly VWAP. We could head lower again. So anywhere, potentially above this yearly VWAP around 164 would be good. But you're running high risk, right? You're running high risk because this thing is up 106% on the week. It just launched. And these big moves to the upside, yeah, they could continue, but you're putting on a lot of risk. So if you're getting an entry here, you better be going very low leverage or spot and be willing to, you have to be aggressive on taking profits. Obviously not financial advice. I personally am not touching it or doing anything with it at the time. Let's keep going into the chat here. Anthony, good morning, brother. Good to see you. Can Illuvium start making an uptrend? I doubt it, man. I think Illuvium is definitely cooked. Let's see here. Aster, everybody's asking about Aster. I made a video about Aster yesterday. But Aster overall broke through our gold pocket, continuing to climb here on the daily VWAP above the previous day high at 232 right now, pretty much at all-time highs here for Aster. This thing has been up. Oops, not Saster, but Aster. could rhyme with disaster. It's at 233, right? It's made some big moves to the upside. Be very careful here. Definitely not telling you guys to go short on this thing, but pullbacks are definitely necessary. This thing has just been slow, been straight up from the lows here on this 22nd of 130. Have been nothing but climbing straight up. At some point, it will get overbought and then, you know, profits will happen. Exit liquidity will happen. Supposedly, this thing is competing against Hyperliquid, and there's been some, you know, massive trading volume happening on Aster. I'm not fully aware of what the fundamentals of Aster are, but, you know, I wouldn't want to be buying here at the top either. Advantis looks like it's going to break out. Maybe. Wizard Hack, you know, maybe. It's definitely consolidating here, you know, building some support. This is a very high risk play. So if you're jumping in now, right, and you're going to be, if we break above 247, definitely something to be looking out for a big push to the upside. If we get to 247 and reject again, definitely going to be potentially some trouble for Advantis, A, V, and T if we get rejected off the 247 area again. But yeah, just be very careful with these big moving brand new cryptos that came out of nowhere. Any possible 5x coins? Realistically, I'm not looking for any 5x at this point. I'm in the end game looking for targets to potentially start dollar cost averaging out my profits and start my end game here. So AVAX definitely has potential, right? If some big announcement of an ETF or something like that happens between now and the end of the year, could potentially rally to some big targets if we break above $65, right? We have some big targets all the way up to the all-time high of 147 from where we are right now. That's still not a 5x, but overall, you know, a decent move, a very decent move. In XRP, we trust. Yeah, keep doing that. Good luck. Download a WEEX, but need to open a wallet to connect to it and added funds. Any suggestions? Guys, that doesn't sound right. I use WEEX to trade. Yes, you can download the app. You need to open an account like any other trading exchange. You open an account on it, and then you obviously have to fund it. But you don't have to connect a wallet to it. There is a treasury for AVAX now. I did briefly see a headline about that. Let me go take a look at that real quick. AVAX treasury, AVAX company treasury, Wall Street, I don't know, news. AVAX target with AVAX to join Crypto Treasury League with AgriForce. Where is it? Let's see. Is this it? The Wall Street Journal. Come on, bro. Crypto Treasury projects, yada yada. AgriForce Growing Systems plans to raise outside investors to acquire digital tokens to support Avalanche blockchain. Shares of the company surged more than 130%. It was the latest example of a small firm shifting its strategy to take advantage of investor craze over crypto. They always got to put some negative connotation on it. Despite that, investors' enthusiasm for so-called crypto treasury companies has waned. Yada yada yada. So so this company here, AgriForce, is potentially launching a AVAX treasury, which is definitely fueling the fire for AVAX. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, didn't mean to show that. Very interesting. Very interesting for sure. That's good to see, man. I hope AVAX is underrated. Personally, I believe AVAX is underrated. AVAX has been doing a ton of real-world asset tokenization, from diamonds and gems all the way to real estate deeds up in New Jersey of billions of dollars. And AVAX's ecosystem is one of the most diverse ecosystems. It's got DeFi, it's got meme coins, it's got it all, right? Yet the price has been in the dumps for so long. So I do hope, and I do hold a large amount of AVAX, so I am a little bit biased, right? But I do hope that AVAX does get a nice price increase here and go all the way up towards that previous 2021 all-time high. Is it going to happen? I think the chances are low, but with this treasury company thing happening now, that fueling some more buying pressure for AVAX, a potential ETF announcement as well for AVAX is definitely bullish. So yeah, very, very nice to see some bullish stuff coming in here for AVAX. Clay the Great, what's going on? Hootie Hoop, bro. What's going on, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you. Top 3 holders of Avant holders, 90% of his circulating supply. Well, that's a huge red flag. Top 3 holders of Avant hold 90% of circulating supply. Yeah, that's a massive red flag. Hopeful are saying 200K. The hopeful are saying 200K. Yeah, I don't see us hitting 200K. I definitely see Bitcoin topping out somewhere between 130 to 140 by the end of the year. Can you look at Brain Trust? That doesn't sound trustworthy. Let's see here. Appreciate the crab. Let's go. Appreciate the crab. Clay the Great says, I've been working on AVAX AI trading bot. It's going to trade AVAX and token natives to the blockchain. Can't share it with you. Oh man, Clay the Great. Awesome, dude. Good to see you making some good improvements and stuff in there. Yeah, man. Drop by the Crypto Citadel whenever you have some time. Diamond in the house. What's going on, Diamond? OG Crypto Citadel member here. What's going on, brother? Bro, you guys over there in the Asia trading sessions have been literally eating up all the good entries for Bitcoin, man. If people aren't awake during the Asia trading sessions for the last 2 days, we've printed big on the Asia trading session. Right here, let's go take a look at the Crypto Citadel here. Right, yesterday, well, not yesterday, Monday night, we had a big sweep here. Right, we had a big sweep. We got that signal for the long here around the 111,600, took the long, made 388 smackaroons by the time I woke up. In the New York session last night, same thing, another big sweep here, and boom, woke up to 451 smackaroons this morning when I woke up during the New York session as well. So you guys have been hoarding all the good entries, man. You got to give some good entries for the New York session as well. New York session hasn't been getting any good entries here. We have been holding above the previous day high, though. We did break above that, which is very, very good. I did warn the Crypto Citadel that if they were going to take another long for the day, they would have to wait for a retest of the previous day high, see some support holding up here for a long. Not a trade that I would normally jump into, but I would definitely be waiting for these Asia lows, man. These Asia lows have been money these last couple of days. So we going up from here, I think. Oh, yeah. Diamond, you missed the trading session this morning. We were just, we didn't have any good entries, but we're having some very strong game plan here. The fact that Bitcoin was able to sweep this low, fill this gold pocket, run through the entire previous day range, break above the previous day high, and currently hold it. If we do not give up all of our gains in a big dump later today, and we actually close out a green candle today, this could be the higher low that we needed for Bitcoin to start recovering as we enter October instead of continuing to dump as we enter October, and we could be running up higher. Do you think ADA can reach $3 or more? At this point, no, not right now. Not for the end of this cycle. I do think that Bitcoin's going to top out soon by the end of this year between 130 to 140. Obviously, the Crypto Citadel's got the in-detail game plan about that. If you want the in-detailed game plan, definitely join the Crypto Citadel. But I think ADA the best we get is like 215. The best we get is like 215. Diamond says, great news. Crypto Citadel is gold. If you haven't joined, you missed the boat. I appreciate that, Crypto. I appreciate that, Diamond. Definitely, man. It's been a wild September, but the last 3 months before that have been fantastically profitable, which have been great. We're still in the profit here for the month of September. It's just day trades have been slower. We've been more focused on swing trades and managing those swing trades. So right now we're just trying to really catch this last big wave to the upside. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. If you haven't joined the Crypto Citadel, guys, I believe there might be 6, maybe 7 spots at most left for the Crypto Citadel. The Crypto Citadel will be increasing in price, unfortunately. So currently it's $99.99 a month. If you guys get in right now, there's still about 5 to 6 spots left. After those spots are gone, it will be increasing to $149, and you're going to be kicking yourself because you're not going to be jumping in and catching this last big wave of the market, this last big game plan, these, you know, trades. We do daily trade signals, daily trade trading sessions, and much more. I have a full trading course as well. You get my exclusive indicators that I'm creating, and I'm building out signals on those indicators, buy signals, short signals. So if you want to catch on that right now, you can at 99, but the next 5 people that join after that is going to be 149, and you're going to be kicking yourself. And if you don't join at all, good luck out there surviving in the markets by blindly reacting to whatever the market is doing, right? Because that's what realistically most people do. They don't want to join. They don't want to pay, $99. That sounds like a lot. That's too much, right? But realistically, if you don't have $99, you're not ready. You're not ready to be a trader. You're not ready to be in crypto. You're not ready to be an investor realistically. If you don't have $99 at the end of each month to invest into resources that are giving you data, right? We're not giving you hopium. We're not giving you what you want to hear. We're giving you facts, right? Sometimes they're hard. Sometimes like, hey, we're going lower. Hey, we got to close this trade out in the negative, right? Because we're going to dump lower. We got to preserve capital. So it's just one of those things that if you don't have the 99, or the 99 sounds too expensive for you, you're just not ready. You're just not there yet to be a real investor, a real trader, and that's okay. That's okay. We only want people that are actually ready. Gotta have a plan when it comes to trading. Crypto Citadel is the way. $3 a day. Yeah, $3 a day, man. That's all it realistically is. You break it down, $3 a day with the level of data that we're analyzing every single day there. $3 a day pays for itself. I mean, look at the last 2 trades we just took. The last 2 trades that we took this week, last night and Monday night, 451 smackaroons and 388 smackaroons. That right there pays for multiple months in the Crypto Citadel, and you literally got it for $3.30. So $3.30 a day. So it is what it is. Do you have a price prediction for XRP by 2026? Realistically, for the next big top, I think that a $4 to $5 XRP is more than realistic. I know people are expecting $10 by the end of the year. That's not going to be happening. I realistically don't see that happening. And, 2026 is going to be a rough year. There's going to be some bullish momentum in 2026, but there's also going to be some big pullbacks in 2026. So something to be aware of. Guys, I appreciate everybody hanging out here. Appreciate Tony Smith. I don't have a chart for Spell Token right now. So if you're interested in joining Yuri, make sure you're joining with the link in the description of the video. Make sure you're joining. If you can't find it or whatever, send me a DM on TikTok, on Instagram, on X, wherever you see me. Send me a DM. I'll reply to you. I'll never DM you first. So make sure that if you're catching any DMs from me, that's a scammer. Block them. I'll never DM you on Discord. If you join, I will never DM you on Discord. If you get DMs from Discord member that looks like me, it's not me. And it's a scammer, just block them. So guys, if you're getting in, make sure you're joining in now. There's only 5 spots left before it goes from $3 a day to a lot higher price, and you definitely don't want to be doing that. So secure your spots while you still can. Catch the game plans, catch the signals, catch the live trading sessions, and that's where people that want to be real investors and real traders are at. They're trading, they're investing, they're analyzing data, and this costs money, right? It takes money to make money. And if 99 is too much for you, then you're just not there yet. And that's perfectly fine. Like always, guys, appreciate every single one of you guys joining. I'll see you guys all in the Crypto Citadel. I'm Blockchain Crusader, Crusading these blockchains, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.